give me a few words of advice for the youngsters growing up today that don't have the right mentors around them.
What I would say for that is, I feel like they fall back on a lot of the older guys. Because once you see a situation dealing with a young brother, and you know that you got the power to change that situation, or even attempt to try to change that situation, I feel like you should do it because, you know, they got a saying out here.
It's my testimony. Let me talk to you free. I got to tell it. I gotta breathe. It's my testimony. Let me talk to you. I know. I gotta breathe. Oh yeah. It's been a long time, but I'm back now. Still carry the burden of boogie death, so I don't smile. Just talked to my best friend, mama. She told me she's sick now. Years inside the pen really had me stressed out. Every time that I think about my mama, I feel like I let her down. I gotta pick her up, I gotta make her proud. But it's so all good and streets keep calling. I'm doing everything I know to stay focused, yeah. Tell my little boy that his daddy life was struggle free. Concrete in another mountain can never be. Tell my little boy that I'm the last of a dying breed. If he gon' thug it, do it better than me. Go get the money and lie to them hoes. And wherever you're at, throw that bitch on some foes. See you a gangster when they mention your name when you gone. Call it a boss when you fall off in the hood, put you on. So much drama. I'm just trying to take care of my mama. Miss Mary, I went from the pen to the booth, pen to the booth, pen to the booth, yeah. I went from the pen to the booth, pen to the booth, pen to the booth, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Black November. Jobs. Yeah.
So what's up, everybody? This is the Money Over Death Show, where we'll be talking about the criminal justice system, the music industry, the importance of knowledge of self, solutions. We'll have the national recording artists, local talent, the hottest videos, mixtapes, the dopest producers, also the Numerology Show with the Numerology Man. And we can't forget the news, the hood correspondent. The word on the streets is, we'd like to welcome the first guest on the Money Over Death Show, Black November. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, man, you know, it's a privilege to be here, man. You know what I'm talking about? Black November, the MOD General, straight out the foe. You know what I'm talking about? Queen City representative. I'm in here.
Yes, sir. First of all, you remember the movie, The Five Deadly Venoms, where all the Kung Fu masters had their own specific styles? Well, Black November, you are all of them in one. You are a super dope rapper, incredible R&B artist. You're a great writer of music compositions. You do Southern soul music, pop, country, hip-hop, and R&B. That must feel great to have all that power within you, my brother.
Right.
I know you've been out of prison a couple of years, and you signed to the company Money Over Death Records. Let us know, what are some of the things you have accomplished, my brother, since you've been on?
I had the privilege to, you know, work with various artists like Boosie, Badazz, G-Mac the Band Man, you know, for starters. I also had the privilege to have one of my songs linked in with a sync deal, you know, with Rhythm and Flow, you know, DJ Khaled, Lotto, Ludacris, the song section. Did a show with Jacquees, did a show with Slim, Truth Lounge, You know what I mean? Been on the radio with like, you know, various radio stations all over the Carolinas, man. Like, I got a lot accomplished since I've been out here, homie. It's been going down.
You really have. I saw you doing a video with Amir Boyd at Power 98, the top radio station in the Carolinas. So you got a chance to meet the program director, Incognito, DJ Buttum, and of course, No Limit Larry.
Definitely.
Did they play you on the radio in 704?
Oh, yeah, you know they bumping the songs. You know how they do it. Big fold, not the little one, you know they playing it.
Okay, man, that had to be a good feeling, man. That's
great feeling,
a
great
accomplishment,
feeling,
man. Great accomplishment.
Man.
To have your music played on the radio, and I know all the brothers in the pen was really going crazy to see you come out and make some great things like that happen for yourself, you know?
Yeah, I done had great support from them brothers too, man.
So truly Black November, what's your goal in this music industry?
To give people real music. You know, not the norm right now. You know, it ain't no shoot 'em up, bang, bang. I want to, you know, slide on everybody and put somebody in the swisher. That ain't what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, my goal is to not only make, like, real music, but captivate the people with the music, with a message. The same way Tupac Shakur did and have done.
Yes. I like that.
You know, so,
I like
that's what I'm trying to accomplish.
Is it anybody you like to collab with?
If I had to be honest, man, everybody I want to collab with, you know, they resting right now. So it'd be somebody like, you know, Sam Cooke, Johnny Taylor, Mo3, Otis Redding, The Temptations. We could bring them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm on, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see you are very historically in tune, man, with all the, you know, superheroes in the music industry, man. You know, that's great, and that's really what we need, man. That authenticity you bring it to the table, I think, will be great. Let me ask you a question. So you got a song with Boosie Badazz, Preach, man. I think that's an incredible big record. How was that like working with the legend?
If I had to be all the way honest, you know, it was definitely an honor. But it was more so like, for me, I took it as a lesson. Because where he is, I can get there. You know, I got the mind power and the talent and the will to get there. So when working with Boosie was like a lesson for me. That's what it was for me. It was more so like a privilege to where I could take it and manifest it in a way that I could digest it to the point to where I could bring it back forth and be the same person. So you know, honestly, it wasn't like I was starstruck or nothing like that. Cause I mean, you know, shout out to Boosie, you my nigga, but I'm taller than you. You know, I'm taller than you. But at the end of the day, you know, shout out to Boosie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Boosie Badazz, the legend, man. You know.
Right.
Also, you opened up with Jacquees. Well, look, the story that I heard was you were told you were supposed to open up with Jacquees, but I heard once he heard you, and this came from the promoter, he said, I'm not going behind this man. And the promoter made you stop performing and let Jacquees go before you, and you became the main act. And him and his manager watched you the entire show and gave you your props. Is this all true?
I mean, first and foremost, if you think it's a lie, go on YouTube and you can watch it for yourself.
Wow.
You can watch it for yourself. He stood behind me watching me while I performed. Dapped me up and some more things.
Wow.
Yeah, so you know.
You killed it.
Yeah,
okay,
you know.
It's a lot of rappers out here getting killed and getting charged with murder right now, man. What you think about that? You know, the current state of hip hop right now. I
mean, if I could be blunt and be honest, about it, stupidity, ignorance. You know what I'm saying? You a lot of these rappers don't understand that they got a power that has been graced upon them by the great creator to change other people's lives. Instead of you changing the lives, you inflict them more damage. You inflict them more, poverty-stricken communities. Like you allowing more damage to be manifested than more healing, than more love. So I don't ever want to be them type of rappers. Because the truth is, you try me, you're going to get your issue. But other than that, I'm trying to love you first.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to love you first.
Yes, sir.
You know?
So what are you doing to stay out of the streets and away from the wrong people?
My CEO told me one time, he said, man, look, bro. He ain't say if you want to make it in the music industry. He said if you want to make it in life, get under the bed, man. So, you know, like, I try my best to stay under the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good place, man.
Yeah, stay under the bed, man. That way you stay out the way.
Yeah, that was healthy. That was a very healthy thinking. Okay, how do we stop the gang violence in our community throughout the country right now? Well, can you help us with that? You know, because there's a lot of gang violence going on in our country right now. You know, what solutions, can we come up with to kind of stop it? Do you have any ideas on that?
Well, first of all, the first thing that's going to have to be done with that is that a lot of the gang leaders going to have to come to the table with somebody that can educate them about segregation. Because the only thing that y'all really did was put people in certain places and divided them amongst each other, which caused, the envious, violent nature and animalistic nature of the people. So when you explain the Willie Lynch nature, when you explain what slavery did, when you explain what the Black Panther was actually trying to do, and give them more examples on it and show and prove it, I think a lot of things have changed, because a lot of the people that's coming up in the gang culture, they really don't have this type of, intellect when it comes to understanding what we went through with 400 years of slavery.
Yes, I agree.
They don't really understand that. The Black Panthers wasn't a gang. They were liberators. So if you are in a gang and you're saying you're for your hood, or you're for your street, or you're for your community, you need to become a liberator, not a destroyer.
Yes, sir. And what we're gonna do later, man, on Money Over Death podcast. Later we're gonna get into the importance of knowledge of self. Historically, spiritually, pretty much tuning in. And I think a lot of our people lack of awareness and don't even understand the importance of knowing your true identity.
Right.
Yeah, but let me also ask you, give me a few words of advice for the youngsters growing up today that don't have the right mentors around them.
What I would say for that is, I feel like that fall back on a lot of the older guys. Because once you see a situation dealing with a young brother, and you know that you got the power to change that situation, or even attempt to try to change that situation, I feel like you should do it, because, they got a saying out here, they say scared money don't make money. But what I came to understand was a scared soul can't reach a soul.
Right.
So if you're scared to step out on the limb and grab one of these young brothers, you can't go back and talk about what they doing, because you never attempted to try to reach them.
Yes, sir.
So, each one teach one, reach one.
Let the people know what's coming next, as far as shows, videos, and where they can find your music at.
Well, I'm on all digital platforms right now. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, YouTube Music, wherever you want to go find it, it's out there. What's coming up next, man? We got the EP finna drop, the 10 Commandments. Man, got another EP.
Okay.
Got another little EP.
Let me say this thing. Let me say this here to you right quick, my brother. I love being in the booth with G-Mac the band. What's up with G-Mac?
Hey, man, first of all, man, free G-Mac the band, man. Bro, that's one of the realest niggas out here, you heard me? He the reason why I'm out here. You feel what I'm saying? G-Mac, all right, man. He coming back. Look for him, man. He one of the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes, sir.
He the other half of the Dukes of Hazzard, baby.
That song, Pinned in the Booth, it definitely tells you a story. But this song, Dukes of Hazzard that you're speaking of, it can go global. Tell me how that song came to life, and that video is ridiculous. So again, let us know how that Dukes of Hazzard song came to life, man, because it's an incredible video, and we also gonna play it. When at the end of this show, I want everybody to tune in to the Dukes of Hazzard. It's an incredible song, man, and I think everybody needs to definitely identify with it. It's hot. It's exclusive. Tell us a little bit how that song came about.
Well, you know, as far as the song goes, the song came about, you know, with me watching the Dukes of Hazzard, growing up watching it, the TV show, the movie. I see two, you know, respectfully, I see two white boys and they causing havoc in the, you know, in their little community. In my mind, I'm like, okay, well, we do this every day. So, you know, I felt the need to say, well, let me explain how we do it. You know, and so I recorded the song. They shot it to my CEO. My CEO, as far as the video went, man, shout out to Iceman, real talk. Yo, wrote the treatment for it. Video came out fantastic. Song is dynamic. Dukes of Hazzard. Let's go get it.
Yeah, man, that's incredible music, man. And who was the producers on that song, man? Like, the producers was incredible. I mean, you and G-Mac did y'all thing, but who was the producers on this song? Who did the production on that song?
Shout out to J30. Shout out to Mike Blades. You know, they came through, man, really blessed the track, did a number on it, made it what it is. That's why it's the Dukes of Hazzard.
Okay, dope, man. Yes, shout out to Mike Blades and J30, man. They did some incredible work, man. So again, Black November, tell all your fans where they can find your music again.
We on all digital platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, YouTube. So, you know, it's various places where you can get it from, you know.
Yeah, man, I think everybody that's listening to the show today, you need to learn more about this brother and his story, man. He got an interesting story, man, that I think everybody needs to identify with, and his music is incredible. And I don't think we're getting music like this here today. You know, this is some healthy music. You know, he's bringing the essence of real hip hop back, man. You know, he got something to say on all different levels, man. Black November don't miss. So this is the Money Over Death show with the latest single, Dukes of Hazzard. Thank you again, my brother, for coming out and blessing us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
We're gonna leave everybody with the single that's out right now. That's making noise all over the country right now. The Dukes of Hazzard. Check this. The first episode of the Money Over Death show, aka podcast. Special shout out to my partner Kenny Golder, my longtime partner Swan Johnson, Mike Blade, J30, exclusive producers for Money Over Death Records. Also, I'd like to thank artist Face Thugger, Josh, aka Spade, and definitely look out for the new LP, the Black November Commandments. Again, look out for the Black November Commandments coming soon on all digital platforms. You can also go to moneyoverdef.com and get all the latest music on Money Over Death artists. Don't forget, we're on all digital platforms from Spotify to YouTube to Apple Music, etc. My name is Ankobi Ausar. Stay tuned for the next episode. It's going to be about G-Mac the Bad Man and what he's going through with the criminal justice system and these crooked-ass lawyers, man, and how they get down. It's going to be exclusive, man. Check it out. Tune in. Yeah. So we're going to leave you with the latest single, Dukes of Hazzard, Black November, featuring G-Mac the Bad Man. Exclusive MOD. Exclusive MOD. Stay in tune.
It don't matter. Surprise us, baby.
And you, baby. You want a shot? Okay. I got you.
Man. Boy, we made it. Made it again. Damn. Ain't no music in this motherfucker. Man, turn this bitch up. Ooh, yeah. Got on my cowboy boots in the club. Listen to the jukebox machine. Alright. Got on my cowboy boots in the club. We in the club. Listen to the jukebox machine. And we don't need no DJ. We don't need no DJ. Watching a whole lot of snow bunnies, and they posted on the wall, waiting on the dance with me. I took a corner out my pocket and I walked to the machine. I chose a song and pressed play. It got the bumping through the speakers, they can tell that I was different, it was showing on their face. Got to doing my little two-step. They had to accept the times when they done changed now. A black man from an old dirt road, talking that same country slang. Got on my gang, boots in the club. Listen to the jukebox machine. Alright. Got on my cowboy boots in the club. We in the club. Listen to the jukebox machine. We don't need no DJ. I know. We don't need no DJ. And they posted on the wall, waiting on the dance with me. Oh, nah. Sipping this whiskey while listening to Reba McEntire. Smoking this hash that I bought from a party bonfire. Burger this test in the 38 special Smith & Wesson. This country bunny want me to meet her back at the Western. Stepping like Tim McGraw, feeling like who did old. Looking for Miley Cyrus, but pray I hit Kelly though. Put up the porch, hopped on the horse and hit the studio. Cause when I'm done, I'm meeting murder at the Whiskey Road. I'm country pimping on Jessica Simpson, duly noted. I got her open, she scoping, she know my swag. My cowboy boots in the club. Listen to the jukebox machine. Alright. Got on my cowboy boots in the club. We in the club. Listen to the jukebox machine. We don't need no DJ. I know. We don't need no DJ. Watching a whole lot of snow bunnies, and they posted on the wall, waiting on the dance with me. Oh, nah.
Wake up, man.
What's up? What's
I
up?
just had a crazy ass dream.
What? Shit, nigga, me too.
What was it about? Man, damn, bro, I was driving. The fucking police was chasing us and shit. Like, bro, then we ran into this big nigga with all white on, talking about the MOD boys, get them, get them, get them. Like, bro, this shit was crazy, bro. It was crazy, bro. Yeah, that's crazy as hell.
Highlight of the week, Money Over Death own in-house chef, the one and only Chef G. If you want the best wings in America, call Smoke and Jerk. The celebrity chef with some of the best tasting food on the planet. Everybody's talking about Smoke and Jerk. Word on the street is, Smoke and Jerk got that fire. Exclusive!
Got on my cowboy boots in the club. Listen to the jukebox machine. Alright.
Subscribe to Money Over Death Record on YouTube and enjoy the Money Over Death experience. Subscribe to Money Over Death Record on YouTube and enjoy the Money Over Death experience. Exclusive!
Yeah, this my testimony.